Our decision as a conference last Thursday to cancel the spring season was not made lightly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into this unique matchup between the visiting Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the home Queens Royals. Despite this being at Durham Field, Lenoir-Rhyne will operate as the visiting team in today's doubleheader and this entire four-game weekend series. With weather in the area in Charlotte about Wednesday or Thursday of this week, the decision was made to swing this thing here to Hickory for this weekend set. So, managers behind home plate exchanging lineup cards as we get ready for some weekend action between the Royals and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. As we mentioned, Queens will be operating this one is the home team, so Lenoir-Rhyne will be batting first. Queens will take the field. As we still are waiting for some lineups between these two coaches, going over the ground rules. Head coach Chris Ramirez telling the ground rules for the visiting Bears today. Lenoir-Rhyne coming off a tough midweek game against Francis Marion where they lost 14-9 despite scoring 4 in the top of the first and 5 in the top of the second. The Bears bats went silent in that midweek game against the Patriots. Only one hit over the last 7 innings for Lenoir-Rhyne as the Francis Marion bats came alive and pushed across 14 runs. Second game this season that Lenoir-Rhyne gave up double-digit runs. Drops the Bears to 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the conference. Queens enters 2-6, also 1-3 in the conference. They grabbed a win in their Game 4 matchup against Wingate. Came away with a 9-1 win in that one. Big news this week out of Lenoir-Rhyne baseball: Andrew Patrick, the National Pitcher of the Week. First time since 2017, Lenoir-Rhyne has had a National Pitcher of the Week. That one was Thomas St. Clair after he struck out 17 batters in his game. Andrew Patrick, with his 7-inning no-hitter, earned the National Pitcher of the Week, National Player of the Week. Obviously was the regional as well, and Conference Pitcher of the Week. Lenoir-Rhyne has had the last 2 Conference Pitchers of the Week. Josh Lanham won prior, and in fact, to end the 2020 season, Hayden Gresham won the Pitcher of the Week. So 3 straight Pitcher of the Week awards for Lenoir-Rhyne, and let's see if they can get another one as the ace, Alex Shirazi, gets called on for this one, Lenoir-Rhyne. The starters have done their job this year for the Bears. With a 2.06 ERA, the bullpen has struggled with a 7.50 ERA. As we get ready to start this top of the first, can't stress enough the awkwardness of having this one at home and batting first for Lenoir-Rhyne. But we will for all 4 this weekend. Queens in the home whites, Lenoir-Rhyne in the dark jerseys. We will meet the starting lineup today for Lenoir-Rhyne. Drew Galassi will lead off and play center field. Will Jones batting second, playing third base today. Designated hitting, E.J. Rennell with 2 3-run homers against Francis Marion in his first 2 at-bats on Tuesday. So he's riding a hot bat, homers in 2 straight games. Nick Clarno will hit 4th and catch. Connor Smith, the right fielder, hitting 5th. Matt Mackey, first baseman, hitting 6th. Xander Ferlenda hitting 7th, playing 2nd. Left fielder Mike McHugh hitting 8th, hitting 9th. David Bell. And pitching today for the Bears is Alex Shirazi. They will go against Tanner Jacobson, number 31 for the Queens Royals. Jacobson, the designated 7-inning pitcher, starts the 7-inning sets for the Royals. In his career has played a little first base, done some designated hitting, but this year will be primarily used as a starting pitcher. During his freshman year, he shut out Mount Olive, so he has some talent and ability out there on the mound. .6'1", 190 righty. First pitch to Galassi is going to be down and away for ball 1. Jacobson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Alder Dice High School is where he hails from. Right-hand hitter and right-hand pitcher. Galassi pops one straight up in the infield. Called off by the second baseman. Make the easy play. 2 pitches. Quick work for the righty as Will Jones strides to the plate. Jones, the third baseman. On the year, Jones is hitting .231. He fakes a bunt. Bunts it foul. .231 on the year for Jones. 26 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 long ball with 4 RBIs. Lenoir-Rhyne with 14 home runs in their first 7 games played, been using the long ball to their advantage. As we mentioned, 2 3-run jacks by Rennell against Francis Marion. Matt Mackey also hit his first career Lenoir-Rhyne home run in that game. Jacobson, off-speed pitch. Fooled Jones. He takes that one at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes. Jacobson gets the... Jones lines it to left field, but easy play out there for the left fielder. Riley Cheek hauls that one in. Going over the lineup for the Royals behind Jacobson. Julian Bailey gets his first start behind the dish. Injury replacement. Over at first base is Drake Harris. Second baseman is Nick Melton. Third baseman Mason Pickard. Shortstop is Zach Weston. Left field, Riley Cheek, as we just mentioned, made that last play. Ball 1 down low. Griffin Hughes is the center fielder, and Dominic Ford in right field behind Jacobson. Rennell steps in with a 1-0 count. Fist that one down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. No man's land. A diving attempt by the first baseman comes up empty, and Rennell's going to make it to second. Good effort out there by Drake Harris, but that ball just fell in no man's land. Not hit hard, but hit in the right spot, and E.J. Rennell's going to coast into second with a double. And the Bears looking for a little 2-out rally. Rennell's second double of the season, 5th extra base hit. Came in to this game slugging .654. Now go up with the double. 2-out runner in scoring position. Nick Clarno, seen some time at third base, but behind the dish for this game. Jacobson fires pitch 1 is down and away to Clarno. Clarno, a .217 hitter, 2 homers, both of them solo, 5 hits in his 23 at-bats on the young season. 1 ball, no strike count. Jacobson checks Rennell at second base and fires. That one's going to get to the backstop. Wild pitch advances the runner to third. So Rennell 90 feet away from starting the scoring as the Bears look to strike in this top half of the first inning. We mentioned Bailey getting his first start behind the dish, gets tested early here. Got to keep everything in front of him. That one got to the backstop, a wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes is the count to Clarno. Jacobson, first time the runner's been on base, and he's all the way to third. That one's an off-speed pitch, down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Connor Smith standing in the batter's box. Excuse me, the on-deck circle. 3-0. Let's see if they give Clarno anything to hit. Hitters count. Gets the take sign, takes strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Nick Clarno. Three ball, 1 strike. Is going to be out of the zone. First and third, runners on the corners for Connor Smith. Left-handed swinging Connor Smith, the 6'4", 205 High Point, North Carolina native. Played his high school ball at High Point Christian. Connor Smith with 2 homers, 3 RBIs so far this season, even 250 at the dish, 4 hits in his 16 at-bats, but he's come around to score 6 times, drawn 5 walks for 455 on base. That one is fisted out to the third baseman, easy play for Queens, so the Bears are going to leave 2 on in the top of the first, and Alex Shirazi on to pitch as we come back on the Bears Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Alex Shirazi, the Game 1 starter, as he has been for all 3 series so far this year for the righty. Shirazi making his 22nd career start for Lenoir-Rhyne, is off to a strong start to this season with a 1.80 ERA in his 10 innings of work, 8 hits, 7 Ks, 5 walks, just 2 runs allowed in those 2 starts. Unfortunately for Shirazi, nothing to show for it, just a 0-0 record, but enters this season as a preseason second-team all-conference selection. Is the righty senior. Met the offensive lineup for Lenoir-Rhyne. We'll hit the defense behind Shirazi. Catching Nick Clarno. First base is Matt Mackey. Over at second, Xander Ferlenda. David Bell is your shortstop. Will Jones over at third. Rennell, Galassi, and McHugh, your 3 outfielders. The Queens batting order looks like this. Leading off is the third baseman, Mason Pickard. Second batter is the second baseman, Nick Melton. Batting third is left fielder Riley Cheek. The cleanup hitter is left fielder Nick Brasington. Drake Harris, your first baseman, hitting 5th. Dominic Ford is the right fielder, hitting 6th. Zach Weston, shortstop, batting 7th. Julian Bailey is the catcher. He's hitting 8th. And Griffin Hughes, batting 9th and playing center field. So Pickard is going to lead it off, the third baseman against Shirazi. Right on right matchup. As Queens bats in the home bottom half of the first inning. Shirazi's going to get the sign from Clarno. And the first pitch of the game from the righty is in at the knees, on the corner, strike one, jumps ahead early. And that's what Shirazi does, a strike thrower. Pickard takes down 0-2 in the count. Want to be selective as the leadoff hitter, see as many pitches as you can, but here's the downside. As you're feeling an early 0-2 deficit, and the pitcher has the upper hand, but that one misses low. Good layoff there by Pickard. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Shirazi gets the sign from Claire now. Grounds out to third baseman. Will Jones over, cuts it off. Throw to first is offline, and it's going to draw Matt Mackey off. So throwing error. Sloppy start for Lenoir-Rhyne. In the bottom of the first, a throwing error by Will Jones. And the leadoff runner is on for the Royals. Jones just pulled Mackey off to the right field side of first base with that throw, and Nick Melton is going to come up, number 28, right-handed hitter. Going to stride in from Shelby, North Carolina. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. This Queens lineup features 3 Division I transfers, a pair from UNC Charlotte as well. Melton, not one of those 3 transfers. He's from Crest High School. Listed as 6', 175. Squares the bunt again. Pulls back, takes a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Delayed call from the ump there. Appreciate you joining us on the Bears Sports Network. We're splitting this one with Queens, as Queens is handling the statistical play-by-play, so the live stats can be accessed through the Queens Royals website in the live stream right here on the Bears Sports Network. Shared duties for this lately adjusted 4-game series here in Hickory. Appreciate you joining us wherever you are. Melton. And the scoreboard was adjusted, so it is a 2 balls and no strike count. I had it right the first time. That one missed as Melton pulled back twice on his bunt attempts, and Shirazi missed on both, but keeping the runner close over at first. Pickard back for again. Shirazi keeping an eye on the base runner. That one is driven to center field. Galassi giving a look, and that one is gone. A home run to dead center field. The error comes back to hurt Lenoir-Rhyne, as one of those runs will be unearned for Shirazi. But that ball was crushed to dead center field. Nick Melton. His first home run of the season. Came in hitting .294, but only 1 RBI. And funny looking back at it, had him bunting or looking to bunt on the first 2 pitches, and instead lets him swing away with the count in his favor and crushes one to dead center field to give Queens the early 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Riley Cheek is going to take strike 1. Cheek steps in, second pitch of the at-bat, off speed, outside. Clearly Shirazi is not used to this pitching here at Durham Field, as the road team has thrown his rhythm out of whack, and I say that jokingly, but baseball players are creatures of habit. So maybe it has a little something to do with his slow start, is seeing his team hit first instead of taking the field. As that one goes to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bears in the maroon jerseys with the gray hats, gray pants. That one is on the outside corner. So Shirazi battles back. 2 balls and 2 strikes is your count. Little chilly out today at Durham Field, but dry. Didn't look it was going to be that way for most of the week. Looked like rain in the forecast all week long, but cleared up enough to not have to worry about raindrops as this one gets him looking. Strike 3 call, the punch out as Shirazi gets the first out of the first inning, looking to settle down after that 2-run bomb to center field. Cheek goes down looking, bringing up left fielder Nick Brasington. Brasington, the righty, number 12 for the Royals. From Cardinal Gibbons High School, Raleigh, North Carolina. Open stance for the redshirt sophomore. Takes at the knees, and Shirazi. 1 ball, 1 strike on the count. Third pitch of the bat. Called outside. Another change on the scoreboard. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Shirazi looking for a second straight strikeout, and he gets one. This one's swinging on an off-speed pitch. Shirazi settling down. Back-to-back outs via the strikeout for the righty. Brings in first baseman Drake Harris. Harris made the diving attempt in the top half of the inning on E.J. Rennell's double. Now looking to make something work with the stick. The lefty batter comes in, and the first pitch of the at-bat is fouled straight back. Shirazi jumps ahead. That pitch is left up high. Drake Harris just 179 in his first 8 games this year, way behind that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's 5 hits in his 28 at-bats. 3 ribbies, no extra base hits. Gone down on strikes 10 times in his 28 at-bats, and Shirazi looks for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. That one is checked right in our way. Jones can't get there in time. A little quirk to this setup we have here on the live stream. We broadcast from the top of the Lenoir-Rhyne dugout. So that ball came floating towards us, but Jones couldn't make the play. One, 2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Put it where he wanted it, just outside the zone. Didn't get a chase from Drake Harris. Harris has drawn 6 walks on the year and is 2 and 3 in stolen bases. Got him looking. So Shirazi, after giving up the 2-run homer, strikes out the next 3 batters. But Queens strikes first with a long ball. 2-0 heading into the top half of the 2nd inning.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Matt Mackey will stride in the top half of the 2nd inning. Mackey with a home run against Francis Marion in the midweek, looking to carry that over to this weekend series with the Royals. Queens just its 4th year in existence and only 3rd as a varsity program. 3 years in the South Atlantic Conference. Ball one down low. Ross Steedley, the head coach, taking over for Jack McDowell. McDowell started the program first 3 years. The first one was a club year. And then former Major League pitcher McDowell took over from the start. And then had 3 years before Steedley took over. The Royals never beaten Lenoir-Rhyne. 3-0 is the all-time series. 3 wins for the Bears. And I can say pretty convincingly that none of the games in the history of this matchup have ever been in the place they were supposed to be. Back 2 years ago, this matchup was set to take place at BB&T Field in Charlotte. Got rained out and was moved as Mackey draws the walk to lead off the second inning. One of those games was at the Kannapolis Intimidator Stadium. 2 other in a neutral turf field where they could get the game in. And then this year with the shift in the schedule. So the first 7 games in the series will not take place where they were supposed to, but that is the nature of baseball at times, and that's the fortunate part of having a turf field. So Lenoir-Rhyne reaping the benefits and getting to play this one on their own turf, but acting as the visiting team. The Bears, who are 3-4, will have the luxury of 10 of their first 11 games not having to leave Durham Field. Just the first game that was on the road was that Francis Marion game midweek. Going to get a visit here. Jacobson has fallen behind 2-0. Walked the first batter on 4 pitches. Mackey on 4 pitches. And going to get settled down. Meeting at the mound is adjourned. As one of the first 2 pitches to Verlenda was in the dirt, and the catcher caught a break as it got past him but hit the home plate umpire and didn't go to the backstop. So the runner is still at first base is Mackey with Verlenda, 2-0 count. See if he's aggressive or making him come in the zone. 6 out of the zone, and that one is a strike. Tanner Jacobson on the mound for the Royals, as that one is downstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jacobson hit 189 last year. As we mentioned, he had some time as the DH. And that's ball 4. So first and second for Lenoir-Rhyne, thanks to back-to-back walks for Jacobson. A year ago went 0-2 with a 5.28 ERA, 27 strikeouts in his 30.2 innings of work. This year's only gone 6 1/3 in his 3 appearances. 0-3, giving up 10 earned runs in his 6 1/3 and 8 walks. So the walks are come back to haunt him this season. Let's see if Lenoir-Rhyne can keep that trend going against Tanner Jacobson. Mike McHugh steps into bat. And that one's going to be up and away. Jacobson struggling to find the zone. Behind in the count, 1-0. McHugh steps in, playing left field today. Seen him play all 3 outfield positions, a little third base as well in his career. As Mackey has Jacobson's attention at second base. That one is in at the knees. Strike one. McHugh batting 8th this year for the first time. I've seen him hit 6th and 7th. So that one's fouled straight back. David Bell on deck. Jacobson ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McHugh digs in. Asks for time, digs in. Jacobson peers in for the sign. He's going to come set, take a look at Mackey at second base. Checks again. And that pitch is grounded up the middle. Could be 2. 6, 4. A bad toss by the shortstop, but a great play by the second baseman. Barehanded the catch on the bad flip, kept his foot on the bag. And McHugh's out with a fielder's choice. Ferlenda out at second. Coach Ramirez asked if he kept his foot on the base there, and I think Ferlenda said he wasn't sure. He was just trying to slide in hard. David Bell, the number 9 hole hitter, will step in. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. The Bears behind early, 2-0 to this Queens Royals program. Tanner Jacobson on the mound. Left 2 on in the first inning, did Lenoir-Rhyne. Got 2 more on in the second. Matter of fact, it was 1st and 3rd with 2 outs last inning. And the Bears put 2 on to start this inning, but the fielder's choice made it 1st and 3rd with 1 out. David Bell looking to come through with the first hit today with a runner in scoring position. McHugh leads off first. Bell aggressive on the first pitch. Fouls that one back. Bell steps in wearing number 5 in these jerseys. Beat upstairs. I believe Bell wears 1 in the all other jerseys, but I don't think this particular jersey set has a number 1. So we play mix and match. Bell takes that one at the knees on the corner. Going to go down looking. Disagrees with the call. Looks down at Coach Ramirez at the third base line. But that's going to go down as a strikeout. Coach Ramirez also not liking the call or the strike zone so far in this one. And I have to admit, this ump has a delayed call that makes it really tough to see if these balls are called for strikes or if they go down as a ball. It's got us all kind of thrown off up here, whether it be me or the scoreboard operator, but we're doing the best we can to be patient with the strikes calls. Can't really hear up here. Galassi takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Galassi from Peoria, Illinois, by way of Richwood High School and Western Illinois University. The graduate transfer has had a heck of a start for Lenoir-Rhyne as he takes ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Galassi. Galassi leads the Bears with a .480 batting average, also 4 home runs, leads the squad, and his 8 RBIs. Leads the team. Slugging 1,040, and his on-base percentage is .567. Also leads the team with a pair of steals. He's got 2. The Bears have 4. Stolen base not a big part of this Lenoir-Rhyne offense early on. As Galassi takes ball 4. Didn't look like Jacobson wanted much to do with him, as we saw Catawba employ that same strategy last weekend. So it's up to Will Jones. Bases loaded, 2 down. 2 out hits are big parts of the offense and can really make a difference. Lenoir-Rhyne couldn't come through with one in the first inning. Got a chance again here in the second. Jones digs in. Jacobson with 3 walks in the inning. The Bears have him loaded without a hit in the column, as that one is going to miss. 1 ball, no strikes to Will Jones. Bases are loaded. 2 down. Jones, the right-handed hitter, steps in. Long delay. Jacobson finally comes home. Off-speed pitch got Jones way out in front. Gutsy pitch. Down 1-0 in the count. Goes off-speed. Had Will Jones out in front guessing, and can't blame him. Can't be expecting a off-speed pitch with 3 walks in an inning and down 1-0 in the count. But that's the art of pitching right there, keeping the batters off balance. And then he pumps one past Jones. Throw down to first hits Galassi. I'm not sure why they're trying to pick off a guy at first base with the bases loaded. Nobody was even over there. Actually caught a break that ball hit Galassi in the helmet because the first baseman wasn't even covering. Would have sailed into right field. And now medical attention out to Drew Galassi, who hopefully at least that one didn't hit flesh, but we're not sure. Baseball trainer Stephanie Dugzig out there as March is National Athletic Trainers Month. We got to give a shout out to all they do to keep the players healthy, feeling good as Galassi looks to shake that one off. And he does. Takes one to the head or the face. I'm not sure where it got him. But as you might be able to see, the first baseman so far off the bag that was an unwise decision to try and get him. Galassi napping. I mentioned first start of the year for Julian Bailey. But Jones is going to go down swinging. So the Bears leave him loaded. 5 men left on base through 2 innings. As the Bears will take the field behind Alex Shirazi in the bottom half of the second.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Shirazi finishes his warm-up tosses as we get into this bottom half of the second inning. Appreciate you joining us on the Bear Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. Dominic Ford, the right fielder, is going to step in to lead off the bottom half of inning number 2. He goes hacking at the first pitch, grounds it to Jones. Jones with another low throw. This one's dug by Mackey, saving the error. Jones with a throwing error in inning 1. Another wild one, but a nice dig by Mackey to save the error and get a one-pitch one out. Pitcher's best friend. Zach Weston, the shortstop for Queens, will stroll in. Left-handed hitting shortstop, right-handed throwing. Cocks the bat around his head. Takes the first pitch for strike one. We saw last weekend the Catawba third baseman have all kinds of throwing issues. So maybe it's something with the backdrop from third to first. As Shirazi gets ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield moves back. Throw to the bunt is pushed aside with the 2-strike count. And Shirazi deals. Outside, ball 1. Shirazi with 3 strikeouts, mixed bag in that first inning. Gave up a 2-run homer to dead center, came back and struck out the next 3 batters. Ahead of this count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zach Weston, looking for strikeout number 4. And that one, down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weston's worked it back even. Here at Durham Field, the lights are on. A little overcast day today, but no rain, as was forecasted pretty much most of the week. Staying dry. Shirazi leaves that one low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Got a quick first out on the first pitch of this inning, but a good job by Weston working this thing full from an 0-2 count. Payoff pitch from Shirazi. Grounded to short. Bell over. Makes a good play and a bad throw. Fires it wide. Mackey's over there chasing balls around, as this infield can't hit him in the numbers. And we'll see what that one goes down as. They're going to give it a throwing error to David Bell. The second error in as many innings for Lenoir-Rhyne, both on the left side of the infield. Trying to get those throws a little more accurate for Lenoir-Rhyne, as that's 2 outs that Shirazi should have had in this one, but got to make him work a little extra harder and throw some more pitches. But luckily this is a 7-inning game, so pitch count not as big of a deal as in the 9-inning games, as catcher Julian Bailey steps to bat. Swings and missed at the first pitch. Just the 3rd official at bat of the season for Bailey, who was way behind that one, but got a little piece of it. Clear nose mask gets knocked off. No balls and 2 strikes is your count. 1 strikeout in those 2 at-bats for Julian Bailey. Shirazi with another 2-strike count. And that one is fisted up the middle. Could be 2. Ferlenda. Bell. Mackey. Can't complete it. So they get the force out at second. Mackey couldn't come up with that throw at first base as well. But no error will be charged because the out was recorded at second base. So the fielder's choice looked like a possible double play ball. Another one of pitcher's best friends. But couldn't get the turn. And leaving a lot of outs on the field as this Lenoir-Rhyne defense need to shore it up here with 3 more games coming this weekend on top of this one against the Queens Royals. Conference play, oh so important, especially in a more truncated season like this one. First pitch of this at bat, down low. Griffin Hughes, the number 9 hole hitter for Queens. Playing center field, left-handed hitter with Bailey on first. Shows bunt, attempts at it but misses. Not a bad idea, maybe to put one down in front of Jones and see if he can get the throw over to first cleanly. Hasn't been able to yet on a couple attempts. 2-0 Queens, bottom of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Shirazi. Bunt is put down. Shirazi off the mound quick. Good play by Shirazi. Fielding his position, comes up firing to Matt Mackey. Hits him right in the chest. And the Bears put a 0 on the scoreboard. After 2 full, it's Queens 2, Lenoir-Rhyne 0. Top half of the third coming up.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back inside Durham Field on the Bear Sports Network. Jacobson finishing up some warm-up tosses as Lenoir-Rhyne will take the bats in the top half of the third inning. It is not a typo on your scoreboard screen. The Bears, the road team in this one, hitting in the top half of the inning as Jacobson finishes up his warm-ups, and Bailey's throw down to second base sails into center field. E.J. Rennell will be your leadoff hitter for Lenoir-Rhyne. Rennell with the lone Bears base hit, a double down the right field line. Not well struck, but well placed. The designated hitter today is E.J. Rennell. Homers in 2 straight games. Numbers 8 and 9 for his career at Lenoir-Rhyne, and Jacobson's first pitch, not even close, 1 ball and no strike. Mentioned Jacobson with 8 walks and 6 in the third coming into this one. Walked the bases loaded in the second inning, but put a 0 on the board. This one's been a frustrating one for Lenoir-Rhyne to start with. Misplays defensively. 5 runners left on in the first 2 innings. As Rennell fouls that one back. But still, 5 frames to figure it out against this pesky Queens squad. Played nationally ranked Mount Olive earlier this season, only lost by an 8-5 count. Competitive with all 4 games against Wingate, including 1 win last weekend. Both these teams looking to rise the South Atlantic Conference standings with a pair of relatively new, if not brand new coaches. Chris Ramirez only in his 2nd year, and you have to kind of give that one an asterisk as another walk. This one to Rennell to lead off the inning. Ramirez only got 26 coaching games last year before we all know what happened to end that season. All-time game number 34 with Chris Ramirez here as the head coach. So not even a full season. And Ross Steedley, first year at Queens. Nick Clarno steps in. The cleanup hitter and catcher. Takes well outside. Bailey keeps it in front of him. Jacobson has been behind in a lot of counts so far today. Bears have yet to make him pay. But they just may, as that one is fouled back. One and one is the count. Nick Clarno. E.J. Rennell at first. Gets his lead. Jacobson takes an eye on him. That one's grounded up the middle. 6-3. Double play. Not sure if that one hit off the glove of Jacobson or if it got through, but a double play erases the leadoff hitter. The Bears have put the leadoff man on each of the last 2 innings, but have nothing to show for so far. Connor Smith going to step in, and after scoring 9 in the first 2 innings at Francis Marion, the Bears only 2 hits in the next subsequent 9 2/3 innings. So a little funk for this Lenoir-Rhyne offense, but all it takes is a couple of bats to get out of that. And they've had the chances, just haven't been able to come through. But Connor Smith will step in with 1 home run this season for the lefty. Jacobson well outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Effectively wild, I guess you could call Tanner Jacobson. as the only number that matters on that scoreboard is the run column, and he's got a 0 in it right now, as that's strike 1 to Smith. 4 walks in the last 2 innings, but nothing to show for the Lenoir-Rhyne offense. Jacobson kicks and delivers. Pops straight up down the third base left field line. Takes a look. Nice play over there by the third baseman, and that will end the threat for Lenoir-Rhyne. So, after 2.5 innings, Queens holds a 2-0 lead on the Bear Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Well, we got a substitution here going into the bottom half of the third inning. Ryan Healy will take over at third base for Will Jones. Not sure if it was injury related or if Coach Ramirez didn't like the defensive effort in those first 2 innings from Jones with a couple errant throws, but Ryan Healy in to hopefully shore up some of this infield defense. Jones, a big bat in the lineup, has spent time between third and right field this season, but we'll take a seat for Ryan Healy. Back to the top of the lineup for these Queens Royals is Mason Pickard, who's 0 for 1 so far, leading off for a second time. That one is fouled to the street. No car is harmed. Pickard led off the first naturally as a leadoff hitter of this game and will lead off the bottom of the third. He was retired to start the game. Shirazi looking to do more of the same. Swing and a miss. I take that back. He would reach base on the air by Will Jones. So he's 0 for 1 in the box score, but did reach base safely and came around to score on the 2-run home run. No balls is 2 strikes is your count. That one is up and in. Pickard backs out of the way. Came around to score on the Nick Melton 2-run bomb to dead center field. Ball low. 2-2 is your count. Pitch count for Shiraz. He's starting to rise a little bit here in this bottom half of the third. Again, only allowed the 1 hit, which was a home run. Each team with just 1 hit. And that one called third strike. 4th strikeout for Shirazi. 2 of them looking, as the righty has certainly settled down, but now has some retribution on his mind against the man who only has the only hit, Nick Melton. But it was costly for Lenoir-Rhyne. Put the crooked number on the scoreboard. Cuts and misses on this one. To center field, his first home run of the season. Shirazi takes the sign from Clarno and jumps ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. So this is the 3rd time Shirazi's gotten ahead 0-2 on these Queens Royals. Pumps that one low. First time the Royals battled back to make it a full count. Last one was The last batter made it 2-2 before going down on strikes. Melton goes down swinging. So Shirazi's got the strikeout ball working today. With back-to-back strikeouts to start this third inning against the top of the lineup for the Royals. And that gives him 5 Ks in 3 2/3. 2 2/3. Strike one. Shirazi just firing right now. He's feeling good out on the mound. Gotten that confidence back up after the 2-run bomb in the first. His dugout cheering him on as Riley Cheek, the left fielder, is down 0-2. Ahead of all 3 batters this inning, 0-2 has been Shirazi's. He looks to strike out the side. Getting a lot of energy from his dugout. I'm sure you can hear them underneath us. Cheek takes an extended step out of the batter's box, probably trying to throw Shirazi out of his rhythm. The righty fires down in the dirt. A lot of moving pieces this week with this rescheduling, but one of the things that was allowed were Queens. Were allowed some visiting fans, and they're down the right field line. This was going to be the first time fans were going to be allowed to a Queens game, home game, as that one's chopped to the first baseman, Mackey. He takes it unassisted, and a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Shirazi. Puts up a 0 on the scoreboard, and through 3, Queens leads 2-1 here on the Bear Sports Network.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Well, not a pretty stat line for starting pitcher Tanner Jacobson, but all that matters is he kept the Bears off the boards in his first 3 innings. Only 1 hit allowed, but 5 walks in those 3 innings. 2 strikeouts. Mackey with a drive. Left field. Back to the track, at the wall, reaching up and makes the play just in front of the left field wall. As Mackey thought he got all that one, and so did the LR dugout, but about 5 feet from a home run. Good swing on it, but nothing to show. Xander Ferlenda, number 7 hitter, the second of this inning, will step in as Mackey gave that one a ride. Ferlenda and Mackey went back-to-back walks in the second inning. I believe both were on 4 pitches. Might have had a strike mixed in there from Jacobson in those at-bats. Good pitch there. Gets Ferlenda out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. We mentioned just the 4th year of existence for this Queens baseball program. 3 as a varsity program. The first was a club team. And Jacobson, strikeout number 3 of the game for the righty Tanner Jacobson, and Mike McHugh will come to the bat. Only the second time in 4 at-bats. The first 2 batters of the inning have been retired by Jacobson, but he's starting to find his groove as well. Nice pitch there. Jacobson jumping ahead early, so getting ahead of the count despite the 5 walks so far. Good inning so far for Jacobson. Mike McHugh lines that one to right, but it's going to be right at the right fielder. So 1-2-3 for Tanner Jacobson, and puts up another 0 on the scoreboard. Couple quick innings here at Durham Field, but we appreciate you joining us on the Bears Sports Network presented by NBA Roofing.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back here on the Bears Sports Network, Lenoir-Rhyne and Queens, the opener of the 4-game weekend set, right here at Durham Field. Appreciate you joining us on the Bears Sports Network. A little collaboration here. Stats presented by the Queens Royals. You can find that on their Stretch portal. The broadcast right here from Lenoir-Rhyne. So splitting the duties to make sure we get this one taken care of and bringing you all the action. All 4 games, you can find it here as the late shift in the schedule. Strike one, Shirazi. Been dealing ever since the second batter in the first inning, but staring a deficit, a 2-0 deficit, straight in the face. The senior making his career start number 22 for the Bears. Gets some weak contact to David Bell. Bell with a good throw over to Matt Mackey. And both pitchers settling in and finding a groove, getting some quick outs. Drake Harris, left-handed hitter, steps in, 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strikeout victim earlier was Drake Harris. Shirazi deals down in the dirt. 1 of 5 strikeout victims for Shirazi through his 3 1/3 innings of work. Only one of the runs given up has been an earned run, as that one's fouled off. We mentioned the great job by the starting pitching for Lenoir-Rhyne through the first 7 and now 8 games. Coming into this one, just a 2.06 starter ERA, while the bullpen has struggled a little bit with a 7.50 ERA. Much of that come from a couple games. Shirazi with another strikeout, number 6 for the right-hander. About time we start looking up what his career high is in strikeouts. 6 through 3 2/3 in this one. And he has been dealing. Off speed is going to be ball 1. That one got away a little bit, changing out the ball. Chop to David Bell. Bell with an easy hop. As you get on the turf, that one is in the dirt, scooped out by Matt Mackey. Mackey's done some nice work over at first base, digging the balls out of the ground, and it is 2-0 Queens heading into the top half of the 5th inning here on the Bears Sports Network.
Hickory's Hometown Jeweler celebrates our hometown teams, college sweethearts. These couples met and fell in love in Hickory and have been together ever since. For the past 38 years, we've helped our clients celebrate a lot of milestones, and stories like these are some of our favorites. Bring your love back to where it all began. Show your college sweetheart the past as you look together to the future, and let us help you start your future here at Oz's Jewelers.
Got a couple events going on here at Lenoir-Rhyne at the same time. We can look right across to our track and field, hosting a meet. You can click over to our other channel here on Stretch. Catch some of the action over there at Irwin Track as the Bears host the home opener. Opening up the outdoor season right here in Hickory. Got a baseball game today, the first of 4 on the Bears Sports Network. Today and tomorrow. Wrapped up a busy week of broadcasting. Brought you all the action here. Some basketball, some lacrosse, some women's lacrosse, some track, some baseball. Get it all here on the Bears Sports Network, and we're happy to bring it to you, and will continue to all throughout this spring season. David Bell, the number 9 hole hitter, cuts and misses at Jacobson's first fastball. As the Bears, after Bell, will start seeing Jacobson a third time through. Galassi on deck has already gotten 2 at-bats off the righty. Hopefully starting to see him better because they have not been able to push anything through on the scoreboard. Had a couple early chances, a first and third with 2 outs in the first. A bases loaded situation in the second. But Jacobson put 2 easy zeros in the third and the fourth. And has really settled in. Got to get him out of his rhythm. Be big to get a runner on base, make a pitch out of the stretch maybe. Anything to get him cooled off. David Bell down 0-2. Spoils that one. Late hack, but he got a piece of it. Defensive swing from the shortstop. Matt Mackey dug his throw out to end the top half of the 5th inning, and I keep having to double check myself because I'm used to talking about the Bears in the bottom half of the innings. Jacobson left upstairs for Bell. Bell, the shortstop, has started there for 7 of the first 8 games. Manny Montez got the start against Francis Marion on Tuesday. Fouls that one straight back. I know this Lenoir-Rhyne coaching staff was really excited about Luis Atiles, who they brought in, was probably going to see a lot of time at shortstop from New England College, a grad transfer. But unfortunately, a season-ending injury for him. It's going to knock out his season. But Bell is the beneficiary of some additional playing time. Saw a lot of action last year as a freshman. As he takes that. Battled back, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes after being down 0-2. Good at bat here for David Bell. Needs to find a way on to start this inning. The Bears started to get some good hacks, especially Matt Mackey, who sent one to the wall last inning. But Jacobson just figuring out ways to put zeros on the board as Bell steps out. With Jacobson in his windup, gets some applause from his dugout, and I'm sure some jeers from the Queens dugout as a late timeout call was awarded. Jacobson, the full count, kicks and delivers, and that one is going to miss. Walk number 6 for Lenoir-Rhyne's batters. And the best hitter in this LR lineup so far from the first 8 games is Drew Galassi, and he's going to come up to bat right now. 4 home runs so far, 8 RBIs, hitting .480 coming into today's action is Drew Galassi. Graduate transfer, trying to make his 1 year at Lenoir-Rhyne memorable, and he sure has with this start. All 4 of his home runs came in that series against number 8 Catawba, and he gets beamed. Took one in the foot. He took a pickoff throw to the head, a pitch to the foot, but Drew Galassi gladly get on first base. First and second, nobody out. Galassi's got some wounds, and that's going to draw a mound visit from Queens. Coach Jesse Park out to the mound to have a little discussion with Jacobson as some action has started in the Queens bullpen. 6 walks and a hit by pitch by Jacobson, but Lenoir-Rhyne unable to push through in the runs column thanks to just 1 hit allowed by Jacobson. The one hit allowed was a bloop double, kind of into no man's land and shallow right field down the first base line. The first baseman made a diving attempt, putting him up empty. And the first baseman way in on the infield grass, expecting a bunt. Ryan Healy, who entered for Will Jones in the 2-hole. And let's see if Coach Ram calls for the sacrifice bunt. Umpire moving the on-deck batter a little closer to the dugout. E.J. Rennell trying to get an extended look at Jacobson. We mentioned this is the 3rd time through the lineup for Lenoir-Rhyne against Jacobson. Came in 6 1/3. Innings pitched on the year as Healy squares and takes that one inside. Queens had the right idea with the infield in, and the bunt was on, but Jacobson couldn't put it over the plate. Ironically, in the first inning, Nick Melton tried to bunt a pair of times for Queens, pulled back and got ahead of the count 2-0. They let him swing away, and he hit a home run. And the only scoring so far in this one is the Melton home run as Healy squares. The first baseman charges aggressively. That one way upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Two ball, no strike. Healy squares early. That one's way upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes is the count. Let's see what Coach Ramirez does here. 3-0. Bears in a good spot. First and second. 3-0 in the heart of the lineup. On deck. In the 3-4-5, including E.J. Rennell, who's homered in 2 straight. Pulled back too late on the bunt attempt, and it got a piece of the bat fouled off. 3 balls and 1 strike. I'm not sure if that was going to be ball 4. This is a tough view from our angle on top of the third base dugout, so it's hard to judge up and down over here. Excuse me, in and out over here. We can judge up and down. As Bell, somehow that one got a piece of his bat. 3 ball, 1 strike. See if the bunt is still on for Healy. Healy squares. First baseman charges. Bunted foul. Kind of chopped at that one. Didn't just wait for it to hit the bat. And it fouled off the catcher, Bailey. Hit him in the shin guard. Full count, 3-2. A lot of options here for Chris Ramirez. Let's see what the sign is as Healy peers down, as do the base runners. Galassi and Bell on first and second. Extended set of signs from Ramirez. Healy steps in. Bell on second. Galassi on first. Bell with a good lead. Healy, full count. Subbed in for Will Jones defensively. Runners are going, and that one is fouled off. A lot of movement. First and second. Both guys were off with the pitch. Healy spoiled it. Jacobson already with 6 walks and a hit by pitch, but only 1 hit allowed. And that hit came to the man in the on-deck circle, E.J. Rennell. Big at bat here for Ryan Healy. Was ahead 3-0. Jacobson battled back out of the 3-2. And Healy. See if the runners are moving, and they are. Healy looking. Called third strike. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. So Healy couldn't get the bunt down, and that one comes back to hurt as he looks at strike 3. David Bell thrown out at third base by Bailey. And another double play. looks like the third baseman's mitt might have broken, or they're going to have the trainer. He pointed to his glove, but trainer might be looking, and he says he's fine. So the wind out of the sails there a little bit. First and second, nobody out, but a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Puts 2 outs on the board, and the Bears just can't figure out Tanner Jacobson. Had him loaded in the second, had first and third in the first and second, nobody out here in this 5th inning. But just 1 hit, and it comes courtesy of E.J. Rennell. A weak double down the first base line. He calls for time and steps out. E.J. Rennell with 17 career multi-hit games, looking for number 18. Already has 1 hit. Check swing, and that's in. The preseason second team all conference selection as an outfielder was Rennell. 10 career home runs here at Lenoir-Rhyne. 3 of them coming within the past week. 1 against Catawba, 2 against Francis Marion. Could use just a base hit here, at least. And that one is sent out to right center. Going back, and the play is made. So Lenoir-Rhyne kept off the scoreboard for the 5th inning. And we head to the bottom half of the frame with the Royals leading 2-0.
Our decision as a conference last Thursday to cancel the spring season was not made lightly.
Well, it is the bottom half of the 5th inning, and only 1 hit on each side of the scoreboard for the Bears and Royals, but the Royals was an impactful one, a 2-run homer from Melton to dead center field. And that's all to the scoring so far, was in the top of the first after the second batter. Since then, both pitchers have put up zeros, with Alex Shirazi getting the strikeout ball working for him. Shirazi 6 Ks through 4. 1 out single to left field. The only base runner right now is in just the second hit for the Royals as the wind picks up a little bit, but overall a pretty nice day. Late February day here in Hickory. Somebody did the rain dance out here and we've avoided it this weekend and hopefully we'll continue to. It's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow in the 70s. I can't wait to have these fields packed with fans again, but as of right now, it's just a handful of parents and family, socially distanced. I mentioned a little bit earlier, this was set to be the first home games that Queens was going to permit fans to. So Lenoir-Rhyne and Queens came up with a solution for this game hosted by Lenoir-Rhyne to kind of split up 50-50 a little bit between the Royals constituents and Lenoir-Rhyne fans, and got some Queens family and friends over there catching the action, probably for the first time this season live. Always like to see that. I'm sure the parents have been dying to see their sons play and getting a chance to today. Yeah. Bottom half of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike is your count, 1 out. Runner in motion, and he's going to get a bag. He steals second on a swing and a miss. Clairno lost it. Trying to switch from the glove to the throwing hand, fell out of his hand. And a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the Royals. Griffin Hughes, the number 9 hitter, is in. Catcher Julian Bailey with the stolen base. Prevented the stolen base in the top half of the inning. Threw out David Bell at third and then stole a base himself right here to get in scoring position. Ball misses up high. Shirazi with a 3-ball, 2-strike count to the Queens center fielder and number 9 hole hitter. After Hughes, it's Pickard and then Melton in the hole. Melton with the big hit in this one. Shirazi looking to keep it at a 2-run Queens advantage. Bailey with a big lead off second. And that one's popped left field. The left fielder was played perfectly. Draws the throw. Does Bailey. A good outfield defense there. Mike McHugh makes the play, as the outfield defense was pretty shallow for Hughes. And third baseman Mason Pickard. The 4th batter this inning for Queens. Bailey with a single and a stolen base, and Alex Shirazi is going to get a mound visit from pitching coach Derek Beasley. Shirazi looked real strong in this one, minus that 1 mistake he made. 4 2/3, just 2 hits, 1 unearned run, 6 strikeouts, and no walks allowed. Faced 18 batters today. Only 2 of them have reached via hit, a couple more by error, as the Bear defense had errors in each of the first 2 innings, 1 by Jones, 1 by Bell. Ramirez made a switch and put Healy in at third. In the 3rd inning, Pickard steps in. Bailey on second, and that ball is up and away. Still some action in the Queens bullpen. Wonder if they'll make a move after getting 5 scoreless from their starting pitcher. Ferlenda gets to second on the pickoff attempt, but Shirazi doesn't make a throw, just steps off. Bailey got his attention there at second. Talked about the importance of 2 out base hits. Nobody's been able to come out with one, with runners in scoring position, that is. yet. And Bailey doing some nice job out in the base pass, diverting Shirazi's attention from the batter and dancing around out there. Got a good sized lead, not really being held. Really big lead. And he's off. Clarno comes up throwing. He's in safely. Stole second, stole third. Great base running. Jackson Bailey wasn't being held closely at second and was off as soon as Shirazi lifted his leg. And he's put himself 90 feet away from the third run for Queens. Pickard ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Shirazi pumps one in. 2 balls, 1 strike is your count. Big out here to get for Alex Shirazi. Want to keep this Queens advantage at just 2. Queens looking to add on. Shirazi gets a sign and sets. Not going to pay any attention to Bailey at third. Good pitch on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. 2 runs across for Queens in this one on 2 hits. 2 Lenoir-Rhyne errors. Lots of 2s on the scoreboard, except a 0 for runs for Lenoir-Rhyne and just a 1 in hits. The number 2 hitter, the number 1 hole hitter, Pickard, takes the pitch, goes down looking. Alex Shirazi, strikeout number 7. And the Bears put another 0 on the board, but they need to do some work with the bats here in the top half of the 6th inning on the Bear Sports Network.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Pitching change for the Royals. After Tanner Jacobson put up 5 zeros, they will go to the bullpen and try and hold the lead for him and get him a win. On to hold that lead, right-handed pitcher Luke Hutchinson, a freshman from Durham, North Carolina. 6'3", 190. Three and a third on the season. 1 hit allowed, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. On for the hold attempt for Queens. And that one is popped down the right field line towards the bullpen. First baseman's going to give it a look, not going to be able to get there in time. Nick Clarno, cleanup hitter, trying to get something going for this Lenoir-Rhyne offense. Frustrated by the starting pitcher. Could only find 1 base hit. And now the hitting slump has spanned 12 innings, just 1 hit in the last 7 against Francis Marion on Tuesday. Clarno gets a piece of it, sends it down to third. A nice play by the third baseman. retires Nick Clarno. Mason Pickard makes the pick at third. Solid play. Also was there covering the bag on the strike him out, throw him out. And the LR's last at bat. Connor Smith bunts it foul. We saw him bunt for a base hit last weekend against Catawba. Was trying to get one with the third baseman back. Couldn't get it down. Fouled it off. No balls and 1 strike for the left-handed hitting Connor Smith. Lenoir-Rhyne running out of outs. First game of this doubleheader, 7 innings. And that one's sent out to left field. Should be an easy play, and it is. Riley Cheek puts it away, squeezes that one. 2 down. Lenoir-Rhyne just 4 outs to figure out a way to get a run on that scoreboard. Mackey probably had the best hit ball of this game. He sent one to the track, to the fence, really. Riley Cheek with about 2 feet to spare, maybe less, in front of the outfield fence, and left center made the play. Mackey trying to get another good swing, this time on a reliever. Gets an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Good pitch. Had Mackey off balance. Did Luke Hutchinson. 2 quick outs for the righty out of the pen. Trying to do his job and put a 0 up. Hutchinson delivers. Off speed, lined. Foul. Mackey out in front of that one, but behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs in this top half of the 6th inning. Hutchinson gets the sign, delivers, off speed upstairs. Tried to snap off a curveball, left it upstairs. Mackey lets that one go. 1-2. Hutchinson kicks. That one's going to be pop foul. Out in front of that one, but still got a piece. Making Hutchinson work a little bit. Lenoir-Rhyne needs some base runners. Just 4 outs left in game 1 of this 4-game series. Today and tomorrow, game 1 will be 7 innings. This new 4-inning format for these conference games is a 7 and a 9. Game 1 goes extra innings. Game 2 becomes the 7-inning game. Mackey fouls that straight back. And it needs to go more than 1 extra inning for that second game to knock down to a 7. So it's got to go more than 8 innings in game 1 for game 2 to become a 7-inning game. Trying to save some arms. Mackey with another foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes as the count. Mackey spoiled off a couple in a row. Fouls another one off at the plate. Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. First round game, they're up 16-8 on 6 seed Limestone in Gaffney. Second quarter action there. Keep an eye on the postseason. We made it to the postseason in basketball. Sure, there are times it didn't look like we would, but they're there. As Mackey takes outside. Keeping our fingers crossed that we get the same way for these spring teams. They missed out last year. Got to try and figure out a way to make it happen this year for them. A lot of sacrifices have gone in from a lot of different people to make this year happen, especially these student athletes out here and coaches. So want to reward them. But Hutchinson deals. Mackey. Another spoiling them, making Hutchinson work, the freshman. And a big-time spot out of this Queens bullpen. Got the first 2 out quickly, but Mackey Made this an 8-pitch at bat. Hutchinson gets the sign. Mackey sends that out to center field. Easy play. And the Bears go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the 6th inning. Heading to the bottom half, Queens looking to add on some insurance here on the Bears Sports Network.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Shirazi still on the mound for Lenoir-Rhyne in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Just 2 hits allowed. 7 Ks for the righty. Nick Melton, the difference maker in this one. His 2-run home run still stands as the only scoring in the contest. Got Shirazi for a 2-run bomb. Shirazi gets ahead in the count. Fouled at the plate. Shirazi gave up the homer in the 1st inning, came back to strike him out. And his next at bat, that one's down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 3 combined hits between these two teams. Shirazi deals and leaves it upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I am Director of Athletic Communications Jeremy Zalaka, bringing you the action. Alongside producer Philip Lescovar. Handled this late shift in the schedule. And bringing you the action. Melton. 2-2 pitches, chopped, foul. Healy gives it a look, but it's going to be down the left field line. That ball is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No action in the Lenoir-Rhyne bullpen. Shirazi's spun a gem. Minus pretty much 1 pitch. And this one, grounded to short. David Bell up with it. His throw across the infield gets Melton by a step. Good stretch by Matt Mackey. First out, and the leadoff batter is retired. Big out there for Shirazi. Riley Cheek, 0 for 2 so far today. And he steps in. Shirazi deals. That one is in the dirt, dug out by Clarno, but it's going to be ball 1. And that ball downstairs. No walks allowed from Shirazi in this one. Stark contrast to Tanner Jacobson. Allowed 6 walks and hit a batter, but escaped out of damage. The magician got out of precarious situations unscathed. Did Tanner Jacobson. In line for the win if his bullpen can get 3 more outs. But first, Shirazi looking to put a 0 on the board in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sheik sends that one to Bell. A nice, easy Astro turf bounce as David Bell throws him out. 2 up, 2 down to start this bottom half of the 6th inning. Shirazi has picked up steam as this one has gone by. Gotten a lot tougher. Really hasn't found himself in any trouble other than that one poke in the 1st inning. Looks like we might have a Queens pinch hitter for the designated hitter. Nick Brasington, the cleanup hitter, was in there, but we got a substitution. A.J. Thomas pinch hitting. 0 for 3 on this season. Pinch hits for Brasington. Brasington was 0 for 2. But not many Royals have found success against Shirazi. That one's downstairs. 2-0 to the pinch hitter. Shirazi delivers. Off-speed pitch is in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good pitch from Shirazi. Keeps him off balance. 2-1, 2 outs. Bottom half of the 6th. This one's only going 7. Scheduled to anyways. Lenoir-Rhyne would take anything they could get at this point that made it longer than 7. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like the Queens closer warming up in the bullpen. We'll probably tell you about him in the top half of the 7th. But first, Shirazi's got to get it out of the 6th. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Shirazi, 8 Ks. A strong performance from the right-handed senior. But the Lenoir-Rhyne bats got to find a way to get him out of the loss column. And we'll tell you about the Queens' new pitcher when we come back on the Bear Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
On to close this one out. Maybe a little unconventional move, but Coach Steedley goes to Nick Charlton, the redshirt junior from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Typically a starting pitcher. Will start this weekend, but he's on to close this one out. Scheduled to start tomorrow is Charleston. But looking to close this one out. Obviously, Queens pulling out all the tricks to get this Game 1 win. Only thing that matters is getting the win in Game 1. And hopefully for Queen's sake, Charleston gets through this one with a relatively low pitch count and doesn't affect his availability to start tomorrow as he completes his warm-up tosses. Let's look a little bit deeper at Charleston's season. 15 innings, 15 hits, 7 runs allowed, 14 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Giving up 1 long ball, hit 1 batter. Did Nick Charleston. Appeared in 7 games with 6 starts. The team's number 1 starter last year was 2-3, 38 Ks and 40 innings of work with a 3.60 ERA. Opponents only hit .236 against him. Against this righty who spent 2 years at Southeastern Community College, Whiteville. He was 3-2 there with a save and 52 innings of work. And there's a deep dive on Nick Charleston. Looking to close this one out for the Royals. It would be his first career save. But as they all say, the last 3 outs are the toughest to get. Xander Ferlenda going to bat here in the the top half of the 7th. 7, 8, 9 due up. Bears are going to have to make something happen with the bottom of the lineup. Xander Ferlenda swing and a miss, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter is a big one, especially late in the ball game. Ferlenda goes down swinging. Lenoir-Rhyne in danger of dropping 3 straight games, and the first ever to this Queens program. Now we say that with a caveat. This is only the 4th time these teams have ever played, and the first time here in Hickory. As Mike McHugh, left fielder Mike McHugh comes in. 1 out, nobody on. Got to get a base runner with the tying run in the on-deck circle. Got to find a way to get on, and the Bears have only gotten on once by the base hit, and that was Rennell all the way back in the 1st inning. We mentioned the Francis Marion game with 9 runs in the first 2 innings and then just 1 hit in the last 7. Well, 1 hit in the first 6 of this one gives them 2 hits in their last 13 innings, but a good time to bust out of that slump would be right now for Mike McHugh and the rest of this lineup. McHugh takes that one just a little downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike from Charleston. Charleston kicks and delivers. That one's downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. You'll take a base runner any way you can get him. And McHugh up in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. McHugh with a slightly open stance, kicks that front foot. Charleston delivers 2-2. McHugh digs in. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch from Charleston. Checks his swing, got him looking. McHugh goes down looking, back-to-back strikeouts to start this 7th inning. And David Bell, the number 9 hitter, has to figure out a way to get on base. If he does, Drew Galassi stands in the on-deck circle. Just the man you'd hope for, but you got to get him to the plate. Task up to David Bell, the shortstop. Had a throwing error in the first. No hits in this one, but a good time would be right now, unless you're a fan of the Queens Royals, in which case you're pulling for Nick Charleston for his first career save. Heck of a start so far in this inning, 2 strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging. The first pitch to David Bell is outside for ball 1. That one's downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Charleston rubs the baseball, trying to get a better grip on it. Had 1 save in community college. Looking for his first save at Queens. Charleston kicks, and that one's cued down the third base line. Up with it and across the diamond. A good stretch, a great play over there at first base, and the Queens Royals come in and get game 1 from Lenoir-Rhyne, 2-0. Tanner Jacobson with the win. Save to Charleston. Tough luck loss goes to Alex Shirazi, as Queens comes away with a 2-0 win, holds Lenoir-Rhyne to just one hit in the opener. 3 more games on tap here on the Bears Sports Network. Game 2 in about 35 minutes from right now as Lenoir-Rhyne tries to get back in the win column. Thanks for joining us on the Bears Sports Network, and we'll see you.
Welcome Bear Sports, or welcome Bear Nation, as you see one driven out to right field, but caught. Xander Ferlinda batting second for the Bears with the line out to right field. Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Queens Royals, who took Game 1. Final score of 2-0, 2-run shot in the first inning. And then a lot of zeros after that. Now stepping in for the Bears' designated hitter, E.J. Rennell. And he lines one out to left field. That'll get down. Open up the day with a single. absolute shot out to left field. Bears were pretty quiet in the first game. Only a couple of hits. So, got to be a good sight to see them active early on in this one. Drew Glassy had the first out of the game. Went down with a strikeout. And that brings in number 19, Nick Clarno, your catcher for today. He'll be batting in the 4th spot. Oh, and 2. Zach Kelly is the pitcher for the Royals. Right-hander. Fires one in there, and that one's driven back. Back. Is there enough space? And that's gone. 2-run, a home run. Nick Clarno. Get the party started here. After being shut out in game 1, Bears start out quickly. Thanks to your 3 and 4 spots, E.J. Rennell went a line shot to left field, and then very next batter, Nick Clarno, 0-2 in the count, 2 outs. Stared down the barrel and delivered a 2-run shot to left field. Riley Cheek gave it a little fight to the fence, but Will Jones lays one down, bare hand grab, and what a play right there by Zach Kelly to answer right after the 2-run shot. Nice barehanded play to throw out Will Jones. That'll do for your first inning. Bears make some noise. 2-run shot by Nick Clarno puts them ahead 2-0. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown bringing you the second game of this doubleheader between Lenoir-Rhyne Bears and the Queens Royals. Queens is assigned as the home team here, so that's why they're batting in the bottom half, even though they are the visiting squad. Playing on the lovely Durham field. Got to see a moonshot off the bat of Nick Clarno in the top half of the first. 2 quick outs by Zach Kelly. The next thing you know, an absolute rocket off the bat of Nick Clarno to left field. Brings across himself and E.J. Rennell, who had lined the left field just the batter before. So a little 2-out magic for the Bears, and now they turn it over. So right-hander, number 33, Tanner Moyers. Looking for a quick shutdown inning after getting some runs late in that first. Alex Sexton will start it off for the Royals. DH. Hitting second for them will be a left fielder, Riley Cheek. He had a shot at that play at the fence. I thought he might have been able to get it, but just out of his reach. And now they look to answer. Sexton stepping into the plate. He takes the first pitch ball. Looked pretty good over here. Good job laying off of it. And that one is definitely fired in there for a strike. And that one is roped out the right field, chased forward and caught. Good read off of the bat by Will Jones, who made the last out of the inning, but doesn't let that affect his glove. Made the quick read, showed the speed. Thought that one had a chance to fall between the fielders, but not a question to Will Jones. And now that brings in number 3 left fielder, Riley Cheek. A lot of right-handers in this lineup for both teams. You'll have a couple lefties for the Royals. Cheek takes the first 2 pitches for a ball. Sits in the count 2-0. Looking for a pitch he can drive himself. Spoke about it. Made a play. Walked it all the way back to the fence. Thought he might be able to snatch back that home run. But just a little too far out of his reach. Looking to answer here at the plate. Takes a strike. Good pitch. Morris pitches that one low. And this one roped to left field. Left field's been the hot spot today. Now 3 hits in the game, all 3 of them to left field. 2 by the Bears, and the first one of this game, 2 by the Royals. Which will now bring up third baseman, number 13, Mason Pickard. Fires in a little off-speed pitch right there. Too low, can't get any bite out of Pickard. One out, runner on first. Oh, check on Cheek. Just keeping him honest, make sure he's not running. Being an outfielder, Cheek shows some decent speed. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take off. And he does. Hit and run action. That one's fouled off and looks like it'll get out of play. That one's another foul. That'll even take the count to 1-2, 1 out. Pickard holding in strong. Still with a runner on first. 1 out in the inning. Royals trying to answer the 2-run shot by the Bears in the top half. Give a check on Cheek. And that one's pulled foul. A little off speed. You can hear the wind blowing, starting to pick up a little bit down here at Durham Field. Check on the runner at first. That one in the dirt allows for a runner to advance. Good job by Cheek reading that. Saw it low and showed off the wheels. He's been trying to get the second this whole time. Advances on a wild pitch right there. Puts him in scoring position. 1 out. 2-2. And a beautiful pitch by Moyer. Gets the strikeout. Some off speed. Had pitcher out in front of it, guessing. His first strikeout of the day. Another pitch in the dirt, but another base for Cheek. He's just flying around out here on these base paths, causing a little bit of problems. Drake Harris, first baseman, is at the plate now. One of the few lefties in this lineup. And he takes a big hack at it, but blown by him. Harris looking to drive in a run right here. Puts down a bunt, foul. A little bit of a squeeze play. Try to catch the Bears napping with some speed on third. See if they can play catch, but now in a hole, 1-2, 2 outs. Moyer looking to get out of trouble. In front of it, but pulls it right to the second baseman. And that one is taken care of for Linda. Pitches it over there, and Bears out of trouble. One hit, stolen base for the Royals, but also no runs given up by the Bears. They lead 2-0 here after 1 on the Bear Sports Network.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, 2-run shot by Nick Clarno gave the Bears a lead here. And now Matt Mackey, first baseman, number 41, big fella stepping up to the plate looking to make some more noise. Looks at 2 pitches low. Gets ahead in the count. 2-0. Gets the one he likes, turns on it in the hole. Nice play right there by number 9, Zach Weston. Just like that, ball's put in play, but the Royals handle it, and that'll move us on to Mike Mahue. Left fielder here. Has a little pop. He gets under this one and has a chance. But that one is out of play. Pulls one down here, diving effort. Again, Weston, a little tougher of a play. And Mahue with a little more speed gets down the line for a base hit right there. Infield single. Nice effort by Pickard. And Weston, again, showing off some range in the hole, but too much speed down the line by Mahue. Check on the runner right there. David Bell sends one out to right field, but that one is coasted under. That'll be the second out of the inning. Good swing on it by David Bell. Batting ninth for the Bears. Now standing in is number 3, Ryan Healy. Takes a swing at a high one. Puts him back in the count 0-2, 2 outs. Kelly trying to make this a quick inning. Even with the hit, wasting no time here. Checks on Mahue. Nothing going. Fouled off. Staying alive. Still 0-2 in the count. Off speed, had him out in front, and that'll do for this half inning. Quick work of the defense by the Royals, but we're still 2-0 even after a single by Mike Mahue. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown bringing to you Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 2 of a 4-game set between the Royals and the Bears. Royals taking Game 1, final score 2-0. 2-run shot in the bottom of the first inning there was enough to hold the Royals through as they got a great pitching performance. And in Game 2, we get a 2-run shot in the top of the first, this time by Nick Clarno of the Bears, and they hold the 2-0 lead. But number 28, Nick Melton, second baseman for the Royals, He's looking to get the party started for them. Takes a first pitch strike. 5-hole hitter. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Bears. Just 1 hit for the Royals. Melton takes a second strike. Down in the count. 0-2. Tanner Moyer pumping him in early. Moyers with the ball low right there. And that is a pretty looking off-speed pitch. Gets the strikeout. It's been a treat to watch the pitching staff of the Bears so far this season. 2 weeks in a row having named the South Atlantic Conference Pitcher of the Week. First, Joshua Lanham, and then last week, getting Andrew Patrick after his no-hit bid. Moyer keeps it going. Counts at 1-1 for Zach Weston. Shortstop's already made a few plays on the defensive side. Now looking to do something at the plate. Takes another one low. Pitches another one low for Moyer. He really wanted that one. Be interesting to watch the cat and mouse game he plays with his windup. Sometimes it's a delayed pause. Just trying to throw off the timing. This time, throws one in there. It's chopped just foul. Full count here, 3-2. 1 out. Moyer comes set. Wind up in the pitch. Is inside. That'd be a walk and a runner for the Royals. Dominic Ford, right fielder for the Royals, is now at the bat. He's hitting 7th today. A little delayed on that, but fouls it off. Able to hang strong. Pulls this one, and that's past Healy over here at third. Royals looking for a play at third base. Comes up throwing, and Healy with a nice catch, but that'll be a double for Ford. Well struck, but I think even better base running by both Ford and Weston. Weston goes from first to third on a shot to left field, showing off some speed. And Ford really turned on that one. Saw that the play was going to third base and took advantage of it by going straight in the second. And now the Bears are in trouble. Runners on second and third. 1 out. Anthony Orta at the plate. Big right-handed catcher takes first pitch strike. Got the feeling, so this is one of those early situations in a ball game that can change how it's played. Big moment by Moyer. He delivers with the pitch. Orta lays off of it, got a little antsy, but was able to lay off. 1-1 is the count. Fouls that one off. Hits off Orta, and that take the count to 1-2. Runners on second and third. Prime position right here. You believe one in the outfield. Speed on the base pass for the Royals might be one, so looking for a big strikeout or something on the infield to play easy if you're the Bears. 1-2, one out. Big pitch on the way. In front of it. Gonna sacrifice the run. Nice scoop over there by Mackey at first. Gets the out. But a run crosses home plate. Orta does his job. As Weston was off on contact. Could have took a play home, but decided just to go to first instead. And gets the out. Two outs in the inning. And a first pitch strike to Griffin Hughes. Center fielder. Batting ninth in the lineup. Second pitch is a pretty one. Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Runner on second base. Hughes at the plate. Moyers trying to get out of trouble. And a big swing and a miss. Well, end the inning. One hit, 1 run for the Royals as the Bears still lead 2-1. We'll be in the top of the third on the Bear Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network. 2-1 is our score. Bears have 2 runs on 3 hits, courtesy of a 2-run home run by Nick Clarino in the first. Mike McHugh also added a hit as well. E.J. Rennell started that inning off, and now we're looking at Drew Glassy at the plate. Tries to lay down a bunt, but drops the head a little bit, and that one will sail foul. He struck out swinging his first time at the plate. Glassy's been on to a really good start so far this year. Looking to add on to it today. And rips that one into center field. Leadoff runner is on base. Nice solid single, just taking that one back up the middle. And then this is the part of the lineup that did danger. Xander Ferlinda, second baseman. He'll step up to the plate with a 1 runner on. Glassy has speed. Trying to catch him slipping. And that one gets past. Glassy will cruise into second base on the wild pitch. Zach Kelly now taking a moment, just gathering himself. Early trouble started here by the Bears. One ball for Linda at the plate. He rips one. That also looks like it'll find the gap. Glassy turning the corner, and that'll be a run for the Bears. They get that run right back. Xander Ferlinda, he roped one out the right field earlier, just didn't get down in time. But this one, no chance. Line drive, single, gets the RBI. E.J. Rennell. We're going to take a second before E.J. Rennell steps up. We're going to show you the replay. Just an absolute rope between the center and right fielder. Brings across to one, extends the lead to 2 for the Bears. Now Rennell takes a first pitch ball. Good looking pitch, but just not in the strike zone right there. We're now able to lay off of it. For Linda on first, gotta always be scared of him running as well. Gets a nice strong lead. Turned on this one is Rennell, but just too much. Rennell gets under that one, sends it out to center field. It's deep in the sky. That one, nice easy routine play. Send for Linda back. Rennell will be 1-2 for the day at the plate. And that brings up Nick Clarino, catcher. He had the swing of the game to start it off. Big 2-run shot to left field. Just into the trees. He gets another one he likes, and he drives that out the right field. For Linda, he's turning. They're going to have runners on the corners for the Bears. Nick Clarino seeing it well. Looks like a beach ball coming down there, and he's just driving it all over the place. Extends the inning to Will Jones. 1 out still. Runners on the corner. Here's Zach Kelly looking for a big-time play, for a double play or something to get you out of trouble. Checks on Clarino real quick and gets back in. Will Jones tried to put a bunt down last time. Goes up and looks at a first pitch ball. On that bunt attempt, he got it down. Just a better play by Kelly to barehand it. Nice smooth throw on the first, so wouldn't be surprised if he looks at that as another option. Clarino gets back. Pitch on the way, and Jones turns on it. That'll bring across one more. Another run for the Bears. Nice job by Jones. Runner had to be held on at third base, so he found the gap, and that brings in Matt Mackey. Fights that one off the hands. Bears are seeing it well now. 4-1 is the lead. Still just 1 out in the inning. Two pitches, 2 swings, 2 foul balls. Now the count's 0-2. 1 out. Mackey takes a ball high. Didn't even flinch. Not enough credits, I think, the Bears for how well they're seeing it right now. Fouls that one. Will it get out? Looks like it'll have just enough space and a catch on the fence. It's Matt Mackey. Foul ball out as Orta makes a nice play. Got all that gear on. It's never easy just to turn around and find the baseball. Made it look smooth right there. Mike McHugh, one hit already. Looking for a big one here to possibly break this game open even more. Speed on the base pass. Pitch is high. Maybe a little bit of a cross-up right there. Get a quick meeting on the mound. Or just calming down his pitcher. So much to being a catcher. So much leadership, so much of your voice. So much about everything you do, your actions, your mannerisms. Got to calm your pitchers down sometimes in order. I think that's all that was about. And right after that, you get immediately a fastball fired in there for a strike. Mike McHugh was prepared, but just off. Caught a piece of it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Bears already have brought across 2, looking for more. It's another pitch, swing and a miss. And Kelly, 1 pitch away from getting out of here. On the way. And he turns on it. Is it going to be? Oh, just foul. Nice play in the bullpen to catch that barehanded off the one hopper, but just foul. Brings us back to the count of 1-2. 2 outs, runners on first and second. McHugh choking up on the bat, wide stance, and takes a ball. 2s are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. McHugh just battling, looking for his second hit of the day. And just gets under it. This one will float up. It's going to be a tough play. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Center fielder comes in and hustling all the way down is Griffin Hodges. He makes the final out, but the Bears, they strike 3 hits, 2 runs, and they extend their lead to 4-1. We'll be back here on the Bear Sports Network.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown with you on the call. And the Bears lead 4-1. 2 runs and brought across that last inning. Had to do some work to make it happen. Set of hits. Got it all started. Drew Glassy led the inning off with a nice rip after striking out in his first appearance. Advanced on a wild pitch. And Xander Ferlinda. He also reached base safely. E.J. Rennell. He went down, but with one out away, Nick Clarno. He's had the best swing so far, a home run and then a RBI single. Helped extend the lead for the Bears. Will Jones then added on to the party. But score is now 4-1. Alex Sexton. At the plate, takes a first pitch strike. Tanner Moyer been really efficient, pumping in the strikes early on. Throwing the timing off with how high his leg kick holds, and maybe he's throwing his timing off himself. He's fired in some bouncers every time he's held it up, but for the most part, it's pitching well as that one's taken for a ball. Forces to count the 2-1. Pretty evening for some baseball. The lights start to turn on now. Sexton out in front of that one. Evens the count up at 2-2. 7 hits for the Bears. The Royals are looking to get active now. Only 2 hits so far in the game. And Moyers is looking for the put-away pitch. And he gets it looking. Nice pitch right there, Sexton. No argument. Just kind of froze him. That's the 4th K of the game already for Moyers. I said he was firing in the strikes, and that's another one. First pitch strike. 4 Ks, 1 walk in the early parts of this one. Just throwing off the time, and that one's fouled off. Cheek. He looks at one and is punched out as well. 2 up, 2 down, both looking. Tanner Moyer just doing a pretty job right now, finding the strike zone. Off speed, froze him. That pitch is taken low. Moyers evens up the count with Pickard. Big swing and a miss right there by Pickard. Makes the count 1-2. 2 outs here. Moyers looking for to strike out the side. They thought they had it, but just missed. That is a good-looking pitch, an even better job to lay off of it by Pickard. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one's low. Waits on it, sends it out the right field. Jones cruises under that one. Nice range by Jones. We'll end the inning. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Bears trying to add on. They're up 4-1 heading into the top of the 4th.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, LR holding a 4-1 lead early on in this matchup. Just a recap of the events that happened so far. Nick Clarino has been the big bat today for the Bears. After a single by E.J. Rennell, he had a 2-run blast in the top of the first that gave the Bears a 2-0 lead. Entered in the bottom of the second by the Royals, bringing across the run. And then in the top of the third, Clarino again involved in the action. He had a single, RBI single. Will Jones also had an RBI single. That's how we are at our score of 4-1. With now David Bell at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes for David Bell. Zach Kelly on the mound still for the Royals. Gets that one straight up in the air. Look at it by third or first base, and the play is made. Never comfortable whenever they start having to back up on it, but Drake Harris over there, no doubt, took care of business. Brings up Ryan Healy. Takes one high and tight. Healy, he gets in there, he's confident. Third baseman. No gloves, but old school. Ready to grip it and rip it. Looks at 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And he rips that one out to right field. Will he get down? Nice diving play. Dominic Ford read it off the bat. Wow. It's good baseball. Good swing by Healy, but just a little better defense by Dominic Ford out in right field. Bring up 2 outs, Drew Glassy. And he rips one to center, almost identical to his last appearance. And he's digging for 2. In there, easy. In there, nice and easy. Drew Glassy. Glassy came in today hitting .462, absolutely terrorizing opposing pitchers. He's got 2 hits after a strikeout in his first appearance. Xander Ferlinda now looks at one, and the dirt. Orta behind the plate keeps it clean though, and Glassy stays put. Still no action in the bullpen for the Royals, so this is all Kelly. For Linda now, 2 outs, 1-0. Runner on second, looking to drive across the run. He looks at another ball, low. Farlinda came into today as well, hitting .320. Also a quality mark, and looking for a hit here. Takes it on the outside, 3-0. It's a dangerous spot. If you're Kelly, you don't want to just serve something into a hitter like Farlinda. He'll drive it out and extend this lead for the Bears, so got to be careful here, but need a strike. And that one's low. It's a walk-in. E.J. Rennell. Rennell had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs against Francis Marion. Extremely dangerous hitter. Already has a hit today. 2 out there. Takes the first pitch ball, throws behind for Linda. Nice attempt right there by Orta. Just trying to catch Farlinda sleeping. And now there's some activity going on in the bullpen for the Royals. Nice pitch. After 5 straight balls, Kelly gets the curveball over, and that'll even the count at 1-1. 2 outs, runners on first and second. We're now 1 for 2 on the day. One in the dirt, but that's swallowed up by Orta. That's a strike. Good pitch on the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. First and second, speed out there. If you're Rennell, get this one to the outfield. You might be able to bring it across 2 depending on where you place it. Just gets under it, and that one is going to be sliced straight up to second baseman and taken care of. Bears make a little noise, get a hit, and get a walk, but no runs. The score is still 4-1. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Hickory's hometown jeweler celebrates our hometown teams, college sweethearts. These couples met and fell in love in Hickory and have been together ever since. For the past 38 years, we've helped our clients celebrate a lot of milestones, and stories like these are some of our favorites. Bring your love back to where it all began. Show your college sweetheart the past as you look together to the future, and let us help you start your future here at Oz's Jewelers.
We're back here on the Bear Sports Network. LR leading 4-1. Anthony Brown bringing to you game 2 of this 4-game set between the Bears and the Royals has been moved out here to Durham Field. Poor weather in the forecast has led us to all-turf facility here in Hickory, but the Royals will still act as the home team. That's why they hit in the bottom half of the inning. Just in case you're wondering why they're hitting on the bottom side, and even though they're on the road side. Tanner Moyers has been having himself a day so far. Not a lot of trouble on the mound. Nice and smooth, pumping in strikes. 2 strikeouts in that last inning, both looking. And he's going back to work. Looks like up first for the Royals this inning will be Drake Harris, 4-hole hitter. He takes the ball. Last time up, Harris was not successful at reaching base. That's another ball. 3-0 is the count. Yeah, he takes a strike down at the knees. 3-1. Warriors is only giving up 1 walk today. Harris tried to sell the pitch, but instead it's called a strike. Well, it'll even full up this count. 3-2. And there's the walk. Second walk of the game. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Bring up number 28, Nick Melton. Also 0 for 1 on the day. Runners going. Throw down to second. It's a good jump by Harris. Palermo didn't really have too much of a shot right there. Good throw, made it close. Runner on second now, 1 ball. Melton with a runner in scoring position. They're going to check on the runner. Check on the runner in second. Slow down the legs of these Royals. Been very, very active on these base paths so far. Nice off speed, gets in there. Evens the count at 1-1. Runner on second. That one's coming straight at me. And a nice diving play. Play right up here, close and personal. Ryan Healy gave a spectacular effort, but looked like he ran into the fence a little bit when he laid out for it. Ball fell foul though, so that'll make the count 1-2. He's getting a little bit of attention. So close to a great play, laying his body on the line for his team. We're going to take a quick break here and be right back.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
We're back here now on the Bear Sports Network. Ryan Healy is up. He was unable to hang on to that after a great effort, but he's a tough kid, and after taking a tough fall, I checked out and told him he's okay. Back out there at third. That ball will make the count 2-2. Again, no outs. Runner on second. Calls to step off, and he does. Royals, that's a very important runner out on second. You want to bring him across early. Big lead at second base, but Harris making sure he gets back, and now Melton out in front of it. A little too much. The count still sits at 2-2. Another check on the runner. Good job of Harris so far, just making sure he's heard out there, making sure he's getting attention. Keeping Moyer locked in on him as much as he's locked in on the batter. And a big swing and a miss right there. Leads to the first out of the inning. Sixth K of the game. Brings up Zach Weston. He took a walk in his first appearance. And that one is also a ball. Bunt shown, but not placed down. 2 balls. No strikes, 1 out. Gonna get a quick visit up at the mound. It's a Bears team that all year has been pretty effective on the pitching staff. Combined ERA just a little under 4. But they're getting about 6 runs, earned runs out of the opposition. So Bears have done a good job of pitching, especially throughout trouble this year. A little bit of mistakes here, a little wild, but still no problems for the Bears, as they just believe if they execute and do their job, they will be okay. After a quick visit, let's see if Moyers can start pumping up the strike zone. And that's exactly what he does. Puts a little gas behind it. 2-1. 1 out. Runner on second base. Zach Weston at the plate. And that one is skied to left field. Will there be enough room? And what a catch right there by McHugh. Oh, my goodness. Reaching into the dugout. Mike McHugh. Tip the cap there as we get that one on the replay. That was skied a long way. Long run. I had a front row seat to it, but McHugh just reaching in and casually bringing in the second out of the inning. What a play right there by the Bears. Defense has been all over today. I told you earlier, the final score of the first game was 2-0. And this one, it's been defense as Harris takes off. But he's also able to stay on the bag. And he steals third straight up. Great jump. No balls, one strike. Dominic Ford absolutely ripped a line drive single in his last, or a double in his last appearance. So, gotta be dangerous here. Another one out the center, and this one has a little air to it, but to Glassy, plenty of speed to recover on the misread, and the Bears get out of the inning unscathed. A couple of good plays in the outfield, and they still lead 4-1. We'll be back on the Bear Sports Network.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Back here on the Bear Sports Network. Very, very, very good defensive inning for the Bears. No runs allowed. Got into a little bit of trouble after a walk to Drake Harris. Got in second base, and then with one out. The Bears got a great play for Mike McHugh at third, as well as a nice read on it on a line shot to center field by Drew Glassy. And now Nick Clarino, he's been the best bat of the day so far. 2 hits, RBI in each of them. 3 RBIs on the day. He steps in. Nice heat on that one, but it's a ball. Zach Kelly, it's been a little loose, but the heat is still there. Lines up in another pitch, and that'll be another ball. That's a strike. Good job by Kelly. He's had to battle a little bit himself, but not too bad of a performance out there on the mound. Clarino, though, serves that one in center field. Hughes. Good read on it. That'll be the first out of the inning. Next up will be Will Jones. He also had a hit in his last appearance. After a failed bunt attempt first time around. Loses the bat on that one. Big time hack. Just caught a tip of it. Everybody kind of laughs that one off. Facial expressions can tell you everything you need to know around here, but the bat almost found its way up here to me. And now another one pulled. Will Jones, he's not scared to swing if he thinks it's good. If he likes it, he's going to take it. Swings at another one. 3 pitches, 3 swings. Oh, 2. 1 out. And that's a punch out right there by Kelly. It's a pretty looking pitch. Caught Jones. He thought he had a good vision of the plate, but instead, he'll be the second out of the inning. Mackey, also first pitch swinging. Four runs on 8 hits, no errors. And a clean defensive game on both sides. That one's low. Makes the count 1-1. Mackey. He's been swinging at those high pitches lately. Didn't catch the last 2. Makes the count 1-2. 2 outs. Kelly looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Fouled off. These Bears battle at the plate. And that one's taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kelly's had a little trouble getting the third out early on in this one. Mackey takes another one high. Just looking at it, but laid off. Runs the count to 3-2. Zach Kelly gets set and payoff pitch is on the way. That one is also low, and that'll be a walk. Mike McHugh. At the plate now as a little check on Mackey at first. And McHugh ropes it, but that'll be in the bullpen. McHugh was all over that one. Lays off of that one in the dirt. Count now even at 1-1. Takes the pitch high. A little bit of a slip right there by Kelly. He's been throwing it hard in this inning. Pushed off a little too much there and leads to a stumble. Gathers himself now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4-1, a runner on first. Mike McHugh at the plate. And he takes one inside. 3-1. Orta just trying to calm down his pitcher from the plate. Don't want to get themselves in any trouble here and extend this inning because this lineup for the Bears can get dangerous quick. McHugh now, 3-1, looking for his pitch. Gets a good one. Not his pitch, but that is a great pitch right there. 3-2, full count, 2 outs, and Mackey will be moving on the pitch. So find some space. And Mayhew earns the walk. Now runners on first and second. David Bell at the plate, but before then, we're going to get a mound visit and looks like a quick pitching change. So we'll get the information on the new pitcher coming in for the Royals, and we'll take a short break on the Bear Sports Network.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here on the Bear Sports Network, LR, 2 runners on, Mackey and Mayhew, and a new pitcher on the mound, Jordan Bronies. Correction, Briones. Jordan Briones is on the mound, left-hander. He's going through his final bit of warm-ups here. Bears already up 3, trying to add on to it and really just create some havoc here. After dropping game 1, 2-0, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the first, and then a whole lot of zeros after that on both sides. Again, there was some action in this one in the top half of the first, though, as the Bears get a 2-run shot from Nick Clarino. And they get an RBI single from Clarino in the top of the third, and an RBI single from Jones in the third. That's how they have their 4 runs. 1 run for the Royals came off of a ground out RBI from Anthony Ortega. And David Bell now at the plate. Looking to add on to this. Takes the first pitch ball. 1 ball. No strikes, 2 outs. It's been some great defense on both sides. Bell turns on it. Too much. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's like a lot of off speed right now is what I'm picking up. See if Bell can slow himself down. And just when I say that there's a fastball, Bell fouls it off. And that pitch is high, evens the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on first and second. David Bell at the plate, looking to strike. Gets a piece of that one, stays alive. And a swing and a miss right there ends the inning. Bears make a little noise, but don't get any runs across. We're through half of 5, and the Bears are winning 4-1 on the Bear Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back on the Bear Sports Network, Anthony Brown calling the game as the Bears are leading 4-1 going into the bottom half of the 5th. The Royals desperately looking for some type of answer at the plate to Tanner Moeller. He's been just dominant so far today. 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk or 2 walks. Gave up both hits in that 2nd inning. And since then, it's been a lot of nothing for the Royals. Now up at the plate is Anthony Orta. He's credited with the only RBI of this game. And he's first pitch swinging. That'll go to Ryan Healy. Fires across, and Mackey can't scoop that one. Just a little low. Just a little low right there, but it'll lead to an error. E5 will put the runner on first. And now Hughes steps in. Looking to put down a bunt and just missed. Hughes is definitely a speedster. He's showing off some of his wheels in the outfield, and he was looking to get the wheels turning right there. But now down 0-1 in the count. Takes a strike. It's a pretty pitch right there. Hughes struck out in his first appearance. Check on Ortega, or Orta. Moyers. 0-2 in the count. Another check. Good move, but better read over there at first. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Hughes at the plate, looking to battle. Swing and a miss, but it's in the dirt. And Orta, he was looking to run. He got one in the dirt and he ran. Flips the lineup over, though. Alex Sexton. His 3rd appearance of the day, looking for his first hit. Runner in scoring position. 1 out. A little loose on the throw, but a good scoop right for Linda. Orta getting a nice big lead out there at second base. Royals confident they can run, confident they can cause trouble. They're doing so here. The Warriors just handled it well this evening, only giving up 1 run. And that one's fouled off. Most impressive thing to me today about Moyers is his ability to just challenge the batters. Seems like whenever he really needs to, he's just coming right at them and seeing if they got enough to answer what he's bringing. And he's won the battle for the most part today. Bunt is laid down, foul. Seen a decent amount of bunt attempts today, but only a couple have actually made it in play. Sexton fouls this one back. It's 1-2, 1 out. And that one catches a piece of Sexton. Brings up Cheek. Riley Cheek now. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Best position of the game so far for the Royals, since they had runners on second and third, 1 out. And that second inning, they brought across 1 run then. Haven't had much since then. But a good first pitch right there by Moyers gets him ahead. It's kind of been his MO for the day. Just getting ahead of batters, forcing them to work on his agenda. A little step off right there. Royals doing a great job of just moving, being active, forcing Moyers to pay attention to him. He can't just focus in on the batters. Gives one look and then brings across the off-speed pitch, just a little low. A little double barrel action in the bullpen for the Bears. That one's fouled, but the shift, it's a long run. Jones gets there. Well, Jones has a hit at the plate and also in the outfield. Has shown off his speed, making a few putouts. Situations where play might have dropped for somebody who's maybe slightly less athletic. Jones getting on his horse, making good reads, and being involved. The whole outfield for the Bears has performed. So that one's roped out to Jones. He's going to let this one bounce, but it's going to be a play at the plate. One pumping. What a throw back in. Almost had the Royals in a little bit of a pickle right there. As Sexton overran and got on the third base, but Orta was held. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First hit since the second inning for the Royals. Tanner Moyers, looks like the end of his day is coming soon, but he's trying to finish this one out strong now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Drake Harris at the plate. Harris, first pitch swinging. He gets it. Another play at the plate. this one. And right under the tag is Sexton. Nice throw in, just not enough, too much speed. That'd be a 2 RBI single for Drake Harris. Runner still in the corner, so not out of it yet. Royals looking to tie it up right here. Nick Melton at the plate. Quick conversation. My oh my, how things can change so quickly. Game looked like it was in hand for the Bears, especially this inning, but an error hit by pitch later. Those 2 runs come across the plate. Mistakes. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. You make them, and the other team's job is to make you pay for them. And the Royals have done that in this inning specifically. Bears did it early on in this game. Mistakes were made, and the Bears made the Royals punish by getting hits, and that's why they have 4 runs, but a little trouble here, and the Royals are looking to even it up or even take the lead now as Nick Melton stands in at the plate and Tanner Moyers. Got to believe this might be his last batter of the day. A bunt is laid down. It's going to stay fair. Now playing. Good job by Ferlinda. This game will be evened up because of a great bunt. Bears try to let it roll foul. Stays in play. We'll get a quick replay so everybody can digest what happens. Great bunts placed down. Bears try to let it roll. Doesn't go foul, but a good throw to third and a tag will end the inning. The run counts because it crossed before the tag. So 3 runs, and we're tied 4-4 heading into the top of the 6th on the Bear Sports Network.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Back on the Bear Sports Network. Tied 4-4. 2 runs in the top of the first for the Bears. 1 run in the bottom of the second for the Royals. 2 runs in the top of the third. And then 3 runs in that bottom half of the 5th. Has us even. Now Ryan Healy at the plate for the Bears looking to get some of those runs back. An error, a hit by a pitch. And then some great small ball. All led to runs for the Royals. In that last half inning, but now Bears and Healy trying to answer. 1-1 is the count. Gets a good piece of that one, but it goes foul. Leads the count. 2-2, no outs. Healy turns to one, rolls over it, charging in. And a nice play right there. Gets the first out of the inning. It's been good defense everywhere. And this time, Pickard. He's had a lot hit his way, but he finally is able to get his hands on one. He makes a smooth play. Lineup flips over for Drew Glassy. And he takes a first pitch strike. Wants to, but doesn't. Holds off. Glassy now the count even, 1-1. Glassy 2 hits today. Told you, came in here hitting over 460. Almost 500. Trying to make more noise right now. That one behind his head. Two, one out. Pitch on the way. On the inside. Glassy turns the shoulder. Big swing and a miss.